like to thank the Chamber of Commerce for bringing us here today and holding this event. I'd also like to thank all the guests here today. It shows me that you're concerned citizens with people of interest for our community and the future of Mount Vernon. I would also like to take a moment to thank some very important people in my life. That's my lovely wife, Angel, my two awesome kids, Bryce and Brianna. Without their support and encouragement, there's no way I could do the things that I do. And I believe family is an extremely important part of our community. For those of you who don't know me, I'd like to take this opportunity to give you a little glimpse into who I am. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I'm a businessman. I own Ohio Rental. I'm also a landlord. And more importantly for me, most people don't know, is that I chose to live in Mount Vernon over anywhere in this country. When I was newly wed with my lovely wife, she asked me if I could live anywhere in this country, where would I live? I told her Mount Vernon, Ohio. She looked at me and said, who? Well, the opportunities presented themselves and I moved here. And then when we told my in-laws we're moving to Mount Vernon, they said, who? They now live in Mount Vernon. So I'm kind of being an ambassador for our city. But why am I running? I'm running for the future of the city. I have two children growing up here. Someday I want to have grandchildren. And the only way to protect the future for them is to create better jobs and better citizenship. By bringing jobs here, they'll stay. How many people have seen children that we raise here, that we put in good morals and values, leave, go somewhere else? I don't want to see that. I want to create an environment where they can stay here. This really hit home with me because we need to market who we are. And I was having a luncheon with some executives from Rolls-Royce, and we were talking about streets, another little problem that we own in this city, right? Well, it changed rather rapidly because I realized they knew nothing about our community. So I asked them, where do you guys live? Columbus. Why do you live in Columbus? Well, when we got picked up at the airport, the guy that picked us up and showed us around, showed us Columbus, told us that's where he lives. That's not a good marketing job on our side. I think we need to address that. Because you realize we're here for small businesses. Those people are spending their money in another community. They're living in another community. We need to grab them and bring them to our community where they'll spend their money here. Now, if we're going to market ourselves, we've got to be financially responsible. Right? We've got to direct our money so that it makes the most sense to bring business and good citizens to our community. Right now, the administration is proposing, as I call it, a bridge to nowhere. $440,000 is the Bow Strait Bridge in the back of Foundation Park. Now, $180 approximately dollars of that will be spent from the city's coffers, your money. Also, time and resources from our city employees, engineering, everybody dumping into that. That's, not the direction we need to be headed. If we're going to spend our money, we need to spend it on things that draw business here and draw good citizens here. We need to keep focused on that thing, not get sidetracked. The next thing I want to talk about is you're going to market yourself, right? You're going to create that experience. You want to attract people. We've already got our back against the wall. We're over 10 miles away from the closest infrastructure, major highway. So for bigger businesses, that's a factor. We've got to market ourselves by using our greatest asset, which is our amazing citizens. What they offer, what they can bring. So we got to bridge that gap. In order to do that, you got to create a positive image, right? Recently, we had a pretty big black eye with our fire chief. And that was quite a mess. And I want to put it on the record today so everyone can hear this. I would not have let him resign. I would have fired him. Our citizens deserve better than that. Our employees deserve better treatment than that. So I want everyone to know that. The next thing I'd like to say is the fire chief is kind of an isolated incident. Well, over a year ago, we had another supervisor that had to resign under bad conditions. And it drove home for me the fact that several months ago I was at Lowe's shopping, and I noticed a city employee in there. And I'm a father and I'm a business owner. So when the guy dives in an aisle and covers his face and hides, it attracts my attention. I noticed it. So I called Dave Glass. I said, Dave, what's going on? And I told him the city vehicle he was driving. I told him who he was, what department he worked in. Dave checked into it. And sure enough, the guy was up there doing personal business on city time, unconcerned with your money and how the things are handled. That bothers me. To know that our state auditor gave us a letter over a year ago that said we need to implement a whistleblowing policy. That policy does two things. What it really does is it encourages good apples to be good apples, protects them. Good employees, good citizens, and do their job. It also takes care of bad apples. It punishes them. When you have a good whistleblowing policy in place, you can get rid of the bad apples and allow your good apples to shine, which markets our community and makes us a better, viable community for people to come to. With that in mind, my conclusion is this. I'm very different from Mr. Mays. I give straight answers, and I'm all about solving problems. I run hard, I work hard. I'm not a career politician. Trust me, that's not a goal for my life. I'm not worried about a personal legacy. I'm worried about this city. We need to restore confidence in our city government. And if I'm elected mayor, I want to build a bridge to the future, not a bridge to nowhere.